day is Sunday, and I just left church, and I was sitting there listening to the preacher talking about, divine guidance and divine protection. And I just kept thinking about how does life insurance correlates with God's message to us, God's provision unto us, God's will upon us. How does insurance relate to that? And then I asked myself this question: would Jesus support life insurance? Jesus cared deeply about responsibility, preparation, and caring for the vulnerable, especially children, widows, and the poor. Life insurance is a modern day tool that aligns with those values. Luke 14:28, for which of you desire to build a tower, but does not first sit down and count the cost, whether he has enough to complete it? Jesus emphasized the importance of planning ahead, just as financial preparation ensures our families don't suffer unnecessary hardships. Proverbs 27:12, the prudent see danger and take refuge, but the simple keep moving and pay the penalty. This speaks to the foresight. Those who prepare for life's uncertainty are wise, while those who ignore them suffer the consequences. Providing for your family is a godly duty. Timothy 5:8. But if anyone does not provide for his relatives, and especially for members of his household, he has denied the faith and is worse than an unbeliever. That's big. That's strong. Not providing for one's family is seen as serious failure. If someone dies without making provisions for their loved ones, they leave them struggling. Like that's huge. That's huge. Like Proverbs 13:22, it says a good man leaves an inheritance to his children's children. How do you do that? This verse clearly states that building wealth for future generation is a sign of righteousness. If we are meant to leave an inheritance, doesn't failing to do so go against God's plan? Think about it. Could not leaving an inheritance be a sin? Sin is often seen as missing the mark of what God desires for us. While the Bible doesn't specifically call failing to leave an inheritance a sin, it does emphasize that neglecting your family's well-being is wrong. Being reckless or wasteful with money is unwise. Falling into generational cycles of poverty is not God's design. If a person could have secured their family's future but chose not to, leaving them in financial distress, then they have failed in their responsibility. A failure to provide when you have the ability to could be seen as a sin because it contradicts God's principle and stewardship of care. If life insurance can help break generational poverty, protect children, and allow families to thrive, then it aligns with God's desire for his people to live abundantly. John 10:10. Something to think about, people. Like, all this is connected. All of it. God sent down avenues and tools for us to thrive, and we have to take advantage of it. God give us blessing. He wants us to protect our blessings. And life insurance is one of the ways we can protect our blessings and pass on blessings down to our children and then their children and then their children. And teach them wealth. Wealth has a lot to do with your mentality and the knowledge that you provide to your family.